Hey, how's it going? I'm Andrew, this is Anna. We've been living in our home now for 18 months. Moved down here from Brisbane and we're in Adelaide, in the foothills of Adelaide. Known as a sort of Mediterranean, cool, temperate climate. Quite a lot of things are available to grow here. And yeah, this is our garden.
So when we bought the house, the garden was pretty overgrown, a little bit neglected, and Andrew's done a lot of work to put in some garden beds and start growing things that we can eat, and some plants to attract bees and birds to the garden, and it's improved a lot in 18 months.
This was all sort of lawn overgrown with weeds and some rose bushes and stuff like that. We cut down a large gum tree in the middle of these two, and then that became mulch for this whole area.
And it was sad to get rid of the gum tree because they're obviously so beautiful, and we actually had a koala in that tree when we just moved in, and there was lots of birds and native wildlife in the tree, but it was overhanging the garden quite significantly, and it was really posing a great danger of coming down altogether. So sadly we did have to get rid of it. Obviously we've got little kids running around in the garden, and we couldn't risk a tree coming down, so it was leaning quite a lot. So that one had to go, unfortunately, but it did provide a lot of the mulch, as Andrew said, for the garden. So we're really happy and thankful we got to use it in that way. And we've put in a lot of other native plants, so hopefully the wildlife around here are happy with what we're doing. We certainly see a lot of birds coming into our garden, and lots of bugs and bees and all sorts.
I've got potatoes and capsicum and some onions in here. All the onions in here are not from seed, they're all store-bought offcuts, so kitchen scraps essentially. The potatoes, the onions and capsicums. Capsicums are seeds from store-bought capsicums, which are greenhouse, and we just use this to get seeds started and stuff like that. Got some flat leaf parsley, or some continental parsley in there, some thyme, some capsicum as well. Again, these were from seeds from a store-bought capsicum, so I've just tried to germinate those, and so far they're actually not looking too bad. And this is a habanero plant, which was a gift from a buddy of mine that has sprouted a random cactus. And this is a ricotta manzano. We germinated the plant from seeds from a fruit we were given at a chili festival, and the fruit is being fantastic. The chilies are quite spicy, a little bit more than a habanero, but quite sweet. This is a plum tree, that is a peach tree, all dwarf variants.
We had a lot of fruit on the peach tree,
Yeah,
and in the first
harvest.
year,
They're not established yet, they've only been in for less than 12 months, I would say. So they're doing quite well. We have good peaches from here. We've got some marigolds sprouting up here, which has done really well. Another protea, native ground cover. This is another plum tree. These two plum trees will cross-pollinate. Then we've got some native grasses, some sage, zucchini, I think. It has flowered, but it's sort of taken over this whole area. This was some random growth from compost. I haven't cut it back or tried to minimize it. I just want to see what it does. Some mountain corn, so this is actually quite multicolored. This was from seed, store-bought. Some lettuces in here, some have started to bolt, which is unfortunate. I'm about to plant more for autumn, but you've got some lettuces in here. I started the seeds in the greenhouse, and I did keep them in there way too long, but we've just welcomed the birth of our third child, a daughter, and so things have been a little bit busy. We haven't been able to get out into the garden very much.
Kid number 2. Oh, give him a kiss.
Okay, so now here we've got garden bed number 2. We've got some basil, there. This one's bolted. This one's still pretty good. So this is a parsnip parsley that I got from a membership through diggers.com.au, which my parents got me a membership for 2 years. So it's a parsnip that grows parsley leaf, obviously being a hybrid. You can use the parsley for cooking and the parsnip obviously as well as the vegetable. I did have carrot through here. Most of them failed, unfortunately. We did get one sort of strange carrot out of it. I'm still working on how to get carrots going in this climate. So this is another apple tree, obviously very juvenile. We've got rosemary over here, some natives, some grasses, natives through here. Got an Anzac peach here, and then we've got some bird's eye chilies. All these 3 apple trees that we have so far will cross-pollinate. And then from the raised bed area, we've got another ricotta monzano chili plant. That's doing very well. Again, these are Peruvian Bolivian chili that are quite cold resistant. We built a retaining wall. I built a retaining wall. Never done it before. Learnt by doing. So put in concrete footings. Got the bluestone from a local stone supplier, and then did mortar. Sort of planned it out a little bit, and then just got amongst it. We've got a mulberry tree here. Got garlic chives, and a few other herbs that are growing in here. Got watercress in here and here. That's just starting to germinate. The seeds have only been in here for about a week or so, but I'm already starting to see some green shoots, which is great. This is spinach through here. Broad bean. This is garlic. This is the first time I've had been able to do garlic from store-bought seed garlic. I tried garlic, store-bought garlic cloves from from the supermarket. I tried to germinate those, but nothing really gave. I had a few green sprouts, but then they die off. But this is my first time I've actually had decent growth from that, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get my first garlic harvest in quite a bit time from now, but at least it's doing the right things for the moment, so that's good. Now we're sort of up to the back part of our property. This is our view, which is lovely. Kill.
And we've got some chooks just behind us. So we've got 3 chooks. They're really good layers. We get an egg a day from each of them. And we've had them for how long now?
About 6 months?
6 months.
Yeah, 7 months maybe, since about end of October.
We got them when they're about day old.
Yeah.
And raised them.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got 3 chickens. The objective was to have 3 different chicken breeds for each of our individual children. So we've got Bubbles, the white one, which is a leghorn, that one there, for our eldest. Then we've got Cherry the chook, which is a Rhode Island red, there. Rhode Island red, so that's Cherry for our middle child, who's just there. And then we've got Sunday, yes, comically named, and she is a Dutch Welsummer breed. Larger run area. They seem to be pretty happy. The kids love them. Another future project will be here, which will be a sunken fire pit. Whilst Anna thinks I can make it myself, I don't back myself.
I have faith in you.
I don't. And so we're thinking form work with rebar and that sort of thing, pour concrete to form a sort of stepped amphitheater sort of thing with the fire pit in the middle. What you doing?
I'm just throwing some grass in there because that's how I usually get them out of the tree.
Yeah. Yeah, so these pots are pretty much full of store-bought chicken forage mixture seeds. So I just use this as sort of their salad bar. They can get their head through these little squares to get to them, but it just grows on the side here. If I leave them in there, they'll probably destroy them pretty quickly. But at least out here, I can turn the pots a little bit and give the other side a break, let it regrow, and then turn it again, and then they can eat from that side too. So I'm just calling this like the little chicken salad bar. Yeah, this is our apricot, doing very well. And then we've also got a lime tree here. Put some camellias along there, which love growing in shade. They've started to bud. They're an autumn, winter sort of bloom. A nectarine tree here, self-pollinating dwarf ferret. Majority of our fruit trees are dwarf, just because we didn't want to lose any of the view of our hillside from our kitchen or our living room by having full-grown trees. Again, we've got no fruit from this one yet, but pretty much all of our fruit trees have been in the ground 12 months or less. So the fact we got some fruit from the peach trees is remarkable, and we're just sort of waiting to see what happens next season or two. But yeah, watch this space.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.